So I'm going to be starting off with my favourite foundation, which is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I'm almost completely out of this, so I'm at the point where I've literally just got to scrape this kind of thing on my face and use a little brush to get it out. So yeah, we'll see how much I've got left, but there's literally nothing. I also spray on my MAC Fix Plus and I absolutely love this. I think it really helps, especially if your foundation's kind of at the end like mine is, so it's a bit harder to actually spread onto your face. So I just use this to kind of water it down a bit, and I feel like this way with a wet beauty blender it goes on really nicely. So I'm about to spray that all over my face. They seem to last a really long time considering how much I actually use them, so definitely recommend getting MAC Fix Plus. So after foundation I will go ahead and put my concealer on. So the two I really like are the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and this is in NC15, so the palest colour, and if I can find the other one. And I also love to use the MAC Studio Finish Concealer, which is this one. So generally what I'll do is put this one on first under my eyes, and then I'll put a tiny bit of this on top. So it's kind of got the thicker one and then the thinner one, and I feel like if I want it to kind of stay a bit longer then that will last really well. If not, I will just wear this one. I won't usually just wear this one by itself because it's quite dramatic. So that's what I'm about to do now, and I've just realised my nails are absolutely disgusting, so please excuse those. I'm getting them done straight after this video. Also on a day-to-day basis I will use the same beauty blender. I find that otherwise I'm kind of in a rush in the morning sometimes. I leave myself such specific time areas to get ready, so if I do use another thing to put my concealer on, it would be a smaller one, but usually I just kind of use the same one, which I know is pretty bad, but considering this is an everyday makeup routine I thought I would show you guys what I actually do. So with the same beauty blender I'll just go with the top little pointy bit so I can get really into my eye area, and I will just blend out these two triangles that I've got. So then I move on to my brows, and I'm using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Soft Brown, and this has lasted me such a long time. I got it almost a year ago and I've used it pretty much every day since. You can see there's still loads of it left. Sometimes what I do find helps a bit, if it does get a bit dry, which the top of mine is, if I just kind of rinse my brush and maybe just put a bit of Fix Plus on it and then just dry it off a bit, it kind of loosens up the pomade a bit, because otherwise it can be quite dry to put on. It takes a bit of a while to blend it in, but that's just a little tip that I picked up. So I'll usually just dip this in and apply it on my eyebrows. After brows I'll move on to my powder, and I love the MAC Prep and Prime Transparent Finishing Powder. I've gone through around 4 of these, and I just feel like because my skin is so oily, this is the only one that I've really found lasts a really long time. I was definitely loyal to the Rimmel Stay Matte, but I found that for a drugstore alternative it's really good. However, it didn't last as long as this one did, so this will last me quite a long time and I always go back to this one. So I'll just apply it with a big fluffy brush and kind of place it on my skin. This one's kind of new, so there's loads of powder at the top which I find quite hard, so we'll see if I can not get too much everywhere, which I always seem to do. One thing I've not yet tried is baking. Have any of you guys tried it, and does it actually work that well? I mean, I'm making such a mess. Can you see what I'm doing here? I really want to try it, but I just don't really ever have the time or patience to kind of sit there, but I guess it does look really good, so we'll have to see. Operation Clean Up. So after powder I go straight in with my Hoola Benefit Bronzer. I love this one, I always go back to it. Oh sorry, I'm kicking taking the light. I always go back to this one. It's just such a nice matte brown colour, and I think it looks really good on loads of different skin tones, so definitely give it a try if you want to kind of get a bronze that you know will work for you. There's completely no shimmer in it at all, which I really love. I love matte bronzes, so I just go ahead and use it with this Sephora brush, and it is the Pro Contour Kabuki Contouring 82. I got this when I was in New York, and I never used it for a while, and I mean, to be fair, it barely fits in this little box here, but I really love it, and it's so easy to put it on. So you just kind of dip it in, and then it just fits perfectly in the contours of your cheeks. So recommend getting a brush like this if you're just kind of lazy with contouring like I am. But yeah, I really love this. It's so fast to do my contour. I do a little bit on my chin and on my neck, because I'm very guilty of not fake tanning when I should fake tan, so my foundation is often quite dark, and I have to spread the bronzer down a bit like her. That's why I've got a high neck top on today, so no one notices. And I'm gonna be, again, really guilty. I always reach for the same blush, Naked Flushed blush. So it's just this pink one here, and I think I first found out about it, or I was first kind of into it when I found out that Kim Kardashian had used it for a wedding, I believe. So I really love it. It's such a nice pink colour, but it's also got a tiny bit of shimmer, and it's not overly pink, if that makes sense. I'll see if I can kind of show you a bit better with the light. But yeah, I really love this. So I'll just take the, if I can find it. So I'll just take the blush brush from Real Techniques and just dip a tiny bit in, and then just sweep it up my cheek a tiny bit. Really nice and easy to blend. I think it's just a nice little flush of colour. So onto the highlight. This is my tried and trusted holy grail. It is the MAC Soft and Gentle highlight. You can see I'm kind of running out of this one, and this is about my third one. So I'll just take the Real Techniques Metals brush in 300 and just apply this up my cheeks. I just think this way, if you catch the light, it looks so pretty, and again, it looks great on loads of different skin tones. It's got kind of like a peachy sheen to it. I was going to say peachy keen. So like a peachy sheen to it, but I think it's just so pretty. So I've got a tiny bit down my nose, but I don't want too much because my nose gets really oily anyway, so otherwise it's just like oil overload, and who really wants that? So mainly on my cheeks, tiny bit on my cupid's bow, and a tiny bit on my nose, so just like that. Can you see that? Love it. The next thing I will use is my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I just use a tiny bit of this just to rub all over my eyelids before I put my eyeshadow on. So on a daily basis, I'm really inclined to get a palette that's kind of got all the colours I need in it. I don't like having to switch between different palettes, so I'll go between such things as like the Naked palettes and maybe a quad that's got some nice neutrals in it, so like Naked Basics as well. But recently I've been using my MAC Warm Neutrals palette, excuse me, so I've got kind of, I'm just peeling off all the eyelash glue that I put on it. So this is the MAC Warm Neutrals palette, and I got this quite a while ago now, and I remember I got it in a student event at Meadowhall Shopping Centre in Sheffield. So if you are a student, keep an eye out for the big shopping centres, because they'll do things like 10% off loads of shops. So I actually got 10% off this palette, and it was £65 originally, so I thought I may as well get it because MAC never have sales. So again, if you just look at the colours, they're just so nice, and with blue eyes that I've got, I think it's just a really nice palette. It just complements my skin tone. So I'm going to go in with the lightest colour, which is this one here, and I'll just take a big brush, if I can find one that's reasonably clean, because I never seem to have clean brushes. So just a big brush like this, and I'll just first go in with my inner corners and under my brows as well. I usually in the morning will just kind of rush it a little bit, but just to get a small highlight under there like that. And then for the kind of base colour that I use a wide variety. However, I do love this colour here. It's just like a really nice warm brown. It really makes my blue eyes pop. So I'll go in with a different mix. So I kind of go in with maybe this one and this one. So just dab a little bit on and just go straight into the crease with that. I used to kind of really love making a big effort with my eyeshadow, but because I love to wear fake eyelashes, I'll just go for such a simple look with my eyes, and then it's so time saving. And as much as I love fancy eyeshadow looks in the morning, it's not really realistic for me to do it when I'm waking up at 4 AM, 5 AM just to get to work. So there we go. And I will then pull this down just onto the top of my eye as well, not just in the crease. But after I've done that, I will just go ahead and get a colour to line with. Again, in the morning if I'm rushing, I won't put any eyeliner on. I haven't really worn proper eyeliner in a while. So what I'll do is I'll just grab a brush like this, which is actually just a liner brush. And the colours that I love to mix together at the moment are that colour I showed you here, if I can point to it, that one. And then I mix it with this one and this one. So I've kind of got a weird routine where I'll just go 2 dips of this one, 2 dips of that one, and 1 of the darkest. So it's all just on the top of this brush. I will then go in and just line my eye with it. So I'll see if I can remember which side I put it on. So I'll just go in and just line really, really near to my actual lash line. Because when I then put on my fake eyelashes and mascara, etc., it just makes them look a bit thicker, and I don't really like to wear a really thick liner at work. So I will just kind of wear this, and then I'll wing it out a tiny, tiny bit just to kind of extend my eyes out, but I don't really do it too much. So just like this. So this is the kind of thing I'll usually stick with, because I do wear what are words? So I do usually wear fake eyelashes on a daily basis. I know that's quite crazy, but I am definitely a lash girl. I just haven't got the eyelash extensions yet. I just keep hearing like horror stories, so I'm really debating getting them. But to me, because I've done it so frequently, I find it so easy just to get a bit of glue and stick it on, and I feel like it just makes me look so much more awake. Not that my eyelashes aren't kind of long anyway, but I just love the look of eyelashes. And my favourite go-tos, if you ever see me with long eyelashes, it is the Ardell Whispers. As we're still on the eyes, I usually will use my Duo eyelash glue, and I will just apply a small bit of this onto a palette. So just like my eyeshadow palette here, I will just apply a little strip of it, just like that, and I'll let it get tacky as I'm doing my mascaras. I'm trying out this new one though that I got as a free sample from MAC, which is the False Lashes Extreme Black, and I'm quite liking it actually, because a lot of mascaras I find quite watery, and this one isn't that bad. So who else has to open their mouth when they put mascara on? Because I totally do it all the time. I'm just sat here like. So we're finally onto lips, and the first thing I like to do is put on some lip conditioner, which is from Estee Lauder. So it just looks like this, really, really convenient and nice to put on. And then I generally only wear lip liner on a day-to-day basis. The favourite that I love to wear is the lip liner by MAC called Whirl. So sometimes I want it to look a bit more natural, like a My Lips But Better kind of look. I will then just put on naked liner underneath. And I have a random question, but have they discontinued the naked liner? Because I tried to buy it online the last week and I just could not find it anywhere. So if you guys know, can you let me know, because I don't want to use it and I've only got about this much left. So I think it may be discontinued, but I'm just really hoping they're out of stock online. Who knows? Okay, so this is the completed look. I really hope you guys like this video, and thumbs up if you want more videos like get ready with me's or anything like that, and just leave a comment down below what you really want to see. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and found it helpful with products that I use on a day-to-day basis and kind of the tricks that I use, because I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but this looks like a really, really put together look, and if I do it just without filming or anything like that, obviously it can sometimes only take me about 10 to 15 minutes gone in. So yes, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I would love to do some more fashion videos soon if you want to see those as well, because I just feel like I don't really get a chance to wear my own clothes. I'm at work so many times in the week that I just kind of end up like bumming out in leggings and joggers and stuff like that, which is not great. However, I'm going to try and make a bigger effort, and I will show you guys what I've got coming up, and I hope you're all having an amazing day. So I will see you in my next video. Au revoir!